Ready? Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Dale Stewart, the bass player for Seether, and if you're not in the now, you're in the nothing.
You guys are currently out with Nickelback. How's these shows been going for you?
Really good. It's been good. You know, we're good friends with those guys. You know, done a lot of tours with them, a lot of shows with them, so it's kind of like a bit of a reunion. You know, so it's been fun. You know, good shows, big shows, a lot of people, good crowd. So kind of a cushy tour as well for us. You know, we have nice dressing rooms every day, and you know, catering, and we only play for like 45 minutes. So it's been a pretty easy one. Good one.
Nice. Now, has there been any cities so far on the tour that kind of maybe stick out in your mind as kind of, damn, that was a badass show, and I want to remember that one?
Yeah, there's always a few. I think on this tour, one that stands out for me was Madison Square Garden. Because, you know, it's Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. That's where you say that. Me and your tour manager were just talking about the labyrinths of different arenas, and I mentioned one time I went to Madison Square Garden, and backstage is chaos.
It is.
Trying to find one place to another, and
it is.
Turn one wrong turn here, and you're like, how the hell did I end up here?
Yeah, hello Cleveland.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, it's pretty chaotic back there. And there's always a ton of people there, because there's so many, you know, industry people in New York, so it's like label people and management and, you
friends
know,
and family
and you know, and so it's always pretty chaotic back there, but it's cool. It's a good change. You know, normally it's like Groundhog Day. You know, you wake up in the bus and walk into a venue, and you know, it's pretty much the same thing. You know,
day in, day
you gotta like, what day is it today? You know.
Nice. Now, how much longer do you guys have out with Nickelback right now?
We're out with them until I think the last show's on the 26th, 26th of June, and we're going to take a short break and then go out to Europe and do some European festivals, and then after that come back, and we're fixing to do a headline tour.
Nice.
You know, a little bit later on in the year.
Kind of like a Seether winter headlining tour.
Yeah. We're gonna take a couple other bands out with us, and yeah, it should be a fun tour.
Nice. Is it going to be kind of like a theater tour?
Like
the mid-range venues?
I'm not sure yet, but probably something like that. You know, we'd like to put a little package together, like you know, we're talking about maybe like Sick Puppies or
wow, those guys.
You know, there's a couple other names we've been thrown around, so
that'd be a good pairing, Seether and Sick Puppies.
Yeah, you know, again, you know, we like to, you know, play with our friends and tour with your, you know, tour with your buddies. It just makes it that much more fun, and we're good friends with those guys. We think it's cool that they're a three-piece as well. Yeah, you know, I think it'll be good fun.
On the subject of being a three-piece, has there ever been somebody maybe come with an idea to make the band bigger and add another guitar player or something to, you know, make the band more fuller? I mean, I love the three-piece. I mean, if you can pull it off with a three-piece, there's some talent in the band.
Thanks, man.
And you know, I mean, I wouldn't change anything, but has there ever been a point where someone's like, maybe you guys should add another guitar player?
Yeah. You know, when we first came to the States, our label suggested that we got another guitar player. Strongly suggested, I guess. So we thought, well, okay, we'll try it. And we got a guy from Philadelphia, Pat. He was in the band for a good 2 years. But it just kind of didn't work out. Went back to a three-piece, and then our buddy Troy was available, and it was basically like, look, man, if Troy can do it, then we'll bring him in, but you know, no one else. You know, we tried to incorporate guys here and there, it just didn't work out. And then Troy came out. You know, he was with us for a good, I think, 2 years or so as well. And again, you know, it doesn't work out. You know, and I think there's something about the dynamic of the three of us. You know, we're all. I think we gel really well musically. I mean, we're like brothers. You know, and that stuff's important. You know, I mean, the sort of personal stuff's as important as the musical, if not more important. You know, living with these people every day, all day, it can be hard sometimes, and can lead to sort of problems. You know, and it doesn't always work out. So I think we're just happier as a three-piece. I think the show's good. You know, I don't think anything's lacking, and I think it's kind of neat being a three-piece, especially one that we don't run any kind of backing tracks or tape or anything. It's just three guys
doing your
up
thing.
there drinking a lot, making a lot of noise.
Nice.
And hopefully holding our own with all the 4 and 5 piece bands and whatnot. So.
I think you guys are. I mean, I love the 3-piece band
Thank
idea.
you. Thanks.
And I mean that goes old school. I mean, straight cats.
Yeah, I mean we're an old school kind of band, man. Like,
Marvelous 3 is another band that's 3-piece that was pretty badass back in the day.
Right. Yeah. The Police.
Yeah.
I'm a big Police fan. Rush. Great. Some great 3 pieces, and we're kind of old school. We just want to play, man. We're like the world's biggest garage band, kind of. Like, we just want to have a couple drinks, have a smoke, get up on stage, sweat it out, kicking over beer bottles, and just having fun. I don't want to say we don't take it seriously, but we like to retain that sort of.
Find a happy medium between the two.
Yeah, when you take it too seriously and try and get too corporate about it, well, at least for us, I mean, I can understand bands that want to run tracks and this and that and polish it all up and into this nice, presentable package, and it's all shiny, and it's like, well, yeah, that's cool, but that's just not for us. We'd rather mess a song up because we were I don't know, rocking out too much, or did something, but just just having fun with it. It's rock and roll, man.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
I don't think it's meant to be clean and polished. It's meant to be dirty and drunk and chaotic and.
After you're done with it, you feel like you need to take a shower.
Yeah.
If
you're not feeling dirty, by the end of it, you're doing something.
Yeah, and you're in sync or something.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Let's talk a little bit about new music. Have you guys started working on anything new?
Not really. We don't really ride on the road. When you're playing every day, it's hard to kind of find the inspiration in your downtime. Let's pick up a guitar and jam. We prefer to, do the touring thing, and then, once this touring cycle, this album cycle's done, we'll go home and we'll just take a couple months off, and then when you've been home for a while and you're really jonesing to play and you're really craving it, then you pick up that guitar. And that's when it starts flowing, and then you feel that creativity and the songs just want to come out. And that's when you start writing, and then you get in a room together and start jamming and putting ideas together and coming up with ideas for a new album.
Have you guys talked about when you want to try and maybe start working on some new stuff?
It's hard to say. This is kind of open-ended right now still. There's so many factors that go into it. How many are we going to release another single after this? If we do, it depends how well that single does.
Kind of the politics behind everything.
Yeah, and all of that, and then what kind of show offers are we getting? I mean, if we get say next year, our plan was to take a lot of next year off to work on a new album and break and all that. But I mean, if we have a single that's doing well, and say that a couple of European markets offer us some shows that are really cool, that are too good to refuse, I mean, then we'll get back out there and be on the road. And same here, if there's a tour that we're like, oh, we got to do that tour. That's kind of how it goes, so that's, who knows, we might, from January we might be off, we might tour up until June or something. It's hard to say, but either way we'd like to. Yeah. I think either way we'd like to, seriously start, working on new stuff next year.
Cool. Let's talk a little bit about endorsements. Who are you endorsing right now?
I do Hardkey bass amps, and also do Schecter guitars. They've actually just made me my first signature series bass.
Nice.
So it's really cool.
That must have been kind of a crazy moment when you heard that they were going to do that.
It really was. I never would have thought that would have even been possible. But they're a great company. Great guys, and we've become really good friends over the years. as well, which is great. But just they'll do anything, you know, shirt off their back, and they're really supportive. And they have been since before our album was out. They're like, well, we like the band, so we're gonna hook you guys up.
Nice.
You know, all on a handshake. You know, no, you know, funny business, and we just have a really good relationship with them, and I'm stoked, man. Like I think it's a great base. You know?
Now, did they sit you down and get every little specific that you wanted to be put into it?
They tried. You know, it's funny though. Their sort of vice president, Mark. You know, he's a good friend of mine, and they had been actually making me basses for a couple of years. There was this model that I really loved called the Avenger, which they stopped making, I think, in the late 90s or early 2000s. And I spotted one day in their factory, and I said, "Wow, you know, that's really cool." You know, it was like, "I'll take that one, and you know, we can have more made for you." So they never sold them; they just had those models made for me, which was great.
Wow.
And then when they said, "Well, we want to give you a signature series," I said, "Well, I want to bring the Avenger back, but have it as mine." I said, "Okay, well, let's go over the specifics. What do you want?" I said, "I want exactly how it is." I said, "Maybe can you put a bottle opener in the body, you know, so I don't have to like waste time, you know, on stage."
Pop it open right there.
And he just burst out laughing, and you know, he laughed for like 10 minutes. I'm like, "What is it?" And he's like, I wanted to talk about like pickups and, you know, the bridge and the hardware and you know, all this kind of, you know, the scale, and all you tell me is you want a bottle opener, and I'm like, I don't know, man, I'm not that technical.
If it's not
guy,
broke,
so.
don't fix it.
Exactly, and I love the way it plays, and I've almost, I guess, to a point sort of modeled the way I play after using that bass for so long, so I can't really use anything else. So I love it the way it is, and it sounds amazing. You know, everyone hears it, you know, especially in the studio when we're recording, you know, everyone's like, "What is that?" Because, you know, they don't see them, they're not available, well, until now, but it's cool, it's really nice, it's a great instrument.
Nice. Cool. Well, man, I think that covered just about everything, definitely. I want to thank you for taking time to sit down and talk with us today.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, really appreciate you. You know, this is probably our 6th time we've sat down with you, so
Yeah, man.
definitely it's always a good time.
Yeah, man, good to see you.
Definitely. Well, thanks a lot,
Cheers.
man.
Thank you.